have everything ready. Oh yeah, I forgot to adjust the end screen thing. Oh, I'm going to have to write a note about that. Maybe I will remember that at the end of the stream. I hope. But I'm not quite sure I will. Let's hope. And this has been a busy, stressful week for me. It's been busy at work and stressful at work. Oh yeah, and tomorrow I'm going to have to DM some Dungeons and Dragons to my co-workers, which also increases my stress a bit. And I also have, or at least I'm supposed to have Arkham Horror this Sunday. I'm so fully booked. Oh, and I had D&D yesterday. How is this possible? I don't know. I feel so popular. Yeah. It is game time. That's the wrong window. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is the correct window. And now I get where this is a total fail. Okay, I need to get my webcam. I was like, why am I looking to that side so much? Of course it's because my webcam was on top of my other monitor. So of course I took it and dropped it. Makes a lot of sense. So today we are going to continue. Wait. Where did my screen go? Why isn't this showing on my other technical issues? A moment. Seeing my thing, right. Why is this? What happened? Did I break something? I'm not sure. One more like this. Yes, now it works. It's 10th night. Let's go. Let's see how we are doing currently. And yeah, I'm streaming using Switch. Nintendo Switch at the moment. So it requires a little bit of adjustments. And where were we? Last time we talked to Emma. Yeah, I think that was it. Kadir took us to talk to Emma last time. And do we have anything here? No. Check. No. Ah, yeah. Okay, Kadir was really weird last time. Well, the previous night actually. The previous night he came and told me that he had arranged a meeting with Emma, my sister. And so tonight we went there, and that didn't go very well. But I at least didn't reveal anything to her, so Kadir should be happy. And the previous night Kadir seemed like he wanted to be friends or something like that. Okay, so with these fellows I did go along with Agatha's questline a bit, and then we did this, and I think she's probably the most interesting one out of these. But let's go see about the stalker. At least the stalker seems like I'm assuming it's a she because there's a picture of a girl, or at least it looks like one. So let's see about that. She saved me from a car. Not that I would have died of it probably, since I'm a vampire, but still. Okay. You're in your heaven when the intercom rings. Answering cautiously, you hear an older male voice. It's a man. What a suspicious looking man. Hello, I'm calling because a friend asked me to come by and offer you my services. What friend? Who is this? Should I start with? Who is this friend? Better not talk about that on the intercom. Secrets are secrets. I see. The man sounds strangely excited, breathing hard. What the? These options are interesting. What to pick? Let's go with this. Is this a sex thing? No, or I mean, not in that way. Okay. I know you're on one of them. Please, it's alright. I don't mind. You can drink with me, if you understand what I mean. He sounds really suspicious. A man you've never seen before is paying a visit to an apartment not many people know of, offering for you to feed from him. Let's continue this face to face. That's a wonderful idea. Is it though? Silence. A minute passes, and you hear a knock on the door to your heaven. You cautiously open the door. I didn't mean by seeing from eye to, like, from face to face that he should come in. I meant like I wanted to go meet him outside, but I guess that wasn't an option. A stranger looks at you sheepishly. He's in his 30s, dressed in a clean business suit. He looks moderately successful, someone you could meet at an investment bank. Heidi Doodle, nope, you didn't miss much. I had some technical issues. My camera was in the wrong place and yeah, stuff like that. I just picked the stalker person and then some man appeared to my door. I'm sorry, I didn't want to intrude, so that's why I called from downstairs. Yes, this is Kingi. He apparently wants me to drink from him. Okay, come in. You know what? Come in. I was hungry anyway. Yep. The man looks comically satisfied as you usher him into your haven. He barely waits for you to close the door before he loosens his collar of his shirt, closes his eyes and bares his neck in quivering expectation. That's not creepy at all. You look at the man, taken aback by such forwardness. I am taken aback. Figuring that you didn't invite the man here for a chat, you lean closer, take him by the shoulders, and sink your fangs into him. This is not an unpleasant way to feed, you reflect as the blood flows into your mouth. The food comes to your door of its own volition. Yeah, but who sent him? The man moans as you drink from him, lost in the ecstasy of the kiss. It feels a little unseemly, but it would be churlish to begrudge him his pleasures. Taking care not to drink too much, you let go of the man after licking his wounds closed. Suddenly, you're startled by a surprising sight. A woman, not very old, strangely dressed, is looking at you intently, only an arm's length away. She came in, with the man. Before you can react, the mysterious woman opens your front door and vanishes from sight, leaving you to wonder whether you really saw her at all. It's my stalker, I think. As you stare confused, the man you drank from slips out of your haven and into the hallway, staggering a little from the effects of the kiss. You close your door, wondering what that was all about. At least you got to feed, if nothing else. But it's a bit creepy that somebody knows where I sleep during the day. I could be in danger. Scary. But I wonder where that leads. And now I can only rest. And it's the next night. What shall I do? The stalker isn't an option this time. That's interesting. I want to go with her again. When you get to the internet cafe, Hope is already waiting out front. The sight catches you off guard. A part of you suspected that she might be more of a shut-in. My haven is my castle type. But she did let me in. When I just came there. Perfect timing, we need to go for a ride. Get in, get in, get in. She doesn't wait for your response and jumps behind the wheel of a lavender vintage roadster instead, The engine starts roaring expectantly, causing everyone's heads to turn. Not wanting to attract needless attention, you quickly slip into the backseat of the car. The moment you shut the door behind you, the vehicle sets off, tires screeching. Sorry for not bringing you up to speed first, but hey, this is New York City. Everyone always in a everyone everyone's always in a rush, and this is even more true when you're kindred. Now allow me to take care of some business, and I'll be right with you. Even as she's zooming through the traffic, she's still on her phone, of course. Business? How do you make a living in this city? It's a long story. Do you really want to hear it? Before you manage to answer, she starts talking. So, another extremely online Mark based in New York goes by the name Dev Null told me to Google Ethereum a few years ago. That's how I got into Bitcoin. And I found a new religion. 23-year-olds selling visions of governments replaced by benign code and decentralized consensus, masses ruled by algorithms, as just as the laws of physics. Idiot man-child investors trying to shape their realities through sheer fanatical zeal, and dedicated collectors of things as abstract as rare SHA 256 decryptions. Oh, those decryptions. Oh yeah, that algorithm. Her driving style is far more aggressive and dangerous than you're comfortable with. Is it just you, or does she peek into the rear view mirror more often than she looks straight ahead? Is she escaping from something? But why did she need me for that? A hyper-speculative environment where nothing has real value, only abstract beliefs matter, and your life savings can be ruined by a single bullshit tweet. How could I refuse the allure? I started buying low and selling high on a variety of shady 24/7 exchanges that allowed me with 100 times leverage as in they'd lend me 100 times the capital I could bet with. I got lucky at the beginning and kept the ball rolling, shorting and longing impulsively, recklessly. I got to the point where I became too big to fail, and that's when I cashed out. The car comes to an abrupt halt. You bump against the seat in front of you. So, Bitcoin, betting, suspicious stuff. Okay, this story will be continued later. We are here, right at our first stop. I need you to do me a favor. First stop? Where? Favor? What favor? Nothing too difficult. Literally, jump in, jump out kind of deal. See that weird guy in a Chinese cap standing around the corner? Approach him, tell him you're young, hot, petite, ingenue. Take the phone he gives you and bring it here. Get going, honey. It's illegal to park here. You jump out of the car and approach the man Hope has pointed out. Not a lot you can tell about him based on his appearance, aside from the fact that he seems pretty shady. The guy assumes a comically threatening pose as you approach him. The hell you want? I'm a young, hot, petite ingenue. Oh, no offense, but I kinda expected a girl. I mean, no, yeah, my bad for assuming. Damn. He takes the phone out of his pocket and covertly passes it to you. Everything's been prepared and preloaded according to your instructions. Should take about 2 minutes to transfer the data. No, get out of here. The man walks away with an exaggerated hip-hop gait. You jump back into Hope's car. She immediately steps on the gas. You got the phone? You're the best. Pass it to me, please. She connects the two smartphones using a cable and begins some sort of data transfer. Looks like it's an identical model. After a minute or so, the process is complete. Alright, goodbye, lovely. You've served me well. Hope opens the car window, grabs her old phone. You are not expert enough to recognize the exact model, but it definitely looks like it had an 800 price slapped on it, and tosses it out of the window. Surprised, you look behind you and see a car in the opposite lane run over the abandoned device. Hope notices your quizzical look. I've been needing a lot of burner phones lately, and I'm not going to use some cheap piece of shit, so it's a pretty expensive necessity. Intersection, red light. She takes advantage of the moment to shoot a driving selfie that gotta drink some water. Strategically. She takes advantage of the moment to shoot a driving selfie that strategic. Why is that word so hard? Strategically excludes her face and upload it to Instagram. You notice her handle there is Versace Beauty? No, I was telling you a story. Cashing out. Right. At some point toward the end of 2017, I became convinced I needed to cash out. There was no way the bubble was going to last forever. I always knew there would be no grapes of wrath for the cryptocurrency era. It would have to be a series of profoundly antisocial, disconnected events. The whole crypto culture was a decentralized church of lone millennials who rejected all established modern values and kept atoning for the original sin of not buying Bitcoin back in 2013. Another abrupt last-second turn. You are pressed against the window. What the hell is with her driving style? Bet a life you never wanted to live anyway, and get a chance to win a priceless pile of nothing. Untether yourself from all worldly desires. Find joy in suicidal ideation. To this day, modern money holds no real value for me. It's as abstract as a video game score, a bunch of numbers on the screen. This joyless world changed me forever. I knew I had to escape. So, I took my piles of fictional dollars to a new arena. Elite New York City's social circles. Not because I wanted to scam them and make more, but because I wanted to finally have some goddamn fun. I mean, of course I had to scam them in the process, but it was only in service of becoming something more than a star, a constellation. Another abrupt stop, this time next to the entrance of a shifty-looking back alley. Alright, friend, this time you're leaky gut syndrome, a whistleblower extraordinaire. Whenever a press sneak fuck wants a leak, you've got it. Got it. Leaky gut syndrome. Sorry for putting you out there in my place, but I only personally contact people as a last resort. Gets harder to protect my identity each time I show my face. And since I've got you, our man is waiting for you in this back alley. He's paying back a favor with a flash drive containing crucial information we need to stay safe in this city. Retrieve it. I will circle the area. Make sure we aren't in danger right now. When you're done, get back here and I'll pick you up. Everything clear? Good. You exit the car and see it drive away in a hurry, then head into the narrow passageway. Sure enough, there's a man waiting for you at the end of the back street, unshaven, wearing wrinkled clothes, with a nervous eye tick. He looks even dodgier than the last guy you met. Where does she get all these dodgy guys? When you approach, he gives you a mean look. You lost something? I'm leaky gut syndrome. You said you got a little something that might interest me. Of course, of course. Straight to the point, aren't you? All right then. Clumsily, he produces a USB stick from his front shirt pocket and holds it before your face. When you reach out to take it, he pulls his hand back and gives you a sly grin. Getting all this data was risky, you know. Miss Montgomery is an unusually secretive person. Digging up dirt on her took more effort than I expected. Effort that I should be rewarded, I think. The more you ask around about her, the more you expect a letter saying, "Give up your inquiries, which are completely useless," at your doorstep, perhaps attached to a severed cat head. You catch my drift. The secrecy surrounding her screams, "Friends in high places, brave new world order, Illuminati shit, you know," makes me think I deserve some hazard pay. You try to imagine what Hope would do if she were in your place. Then you simply turn away and start walking back where you came from. Calmly, wordlessly, no negotiations. Just as you're about to walk out of his sight, you hear an annoyed grunt behind you. All right. I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. My bad, okay? Get back here. You turn around and look at the journalist expectantly. He sighs and extends the hand holding a flash drive towards you again. You take it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Not really sure what it's about, but one of my informants claims you might be interested in this. He reaches into his inner jacket pocket and presents you with something wholly unexpected. It's a bag of blood labeled simply as AB Resus minus. You take a closer look, but that doesn't answer any of the questions that just appeared in your mind. You peek into the journalist's cold blue eyes and see them twitch uncontrollably. Don't ask me. They said you'll know what to do with it. Leaky gut, come on, take it. Keep it. I have no idea who that informant is, but they've been feeding you bullshit, buddy. Yeah, I don't think so. Another eye twitch and an awkward silence. You give the blood bag one last glance and leave the alley the way you came. Hope's car appears behind the corner just as you walk out of the street. It doesn't even fully stop when you approach, but slows down just enough so that you can jump in. The moment you close the door, she leans into the gas pedal with her full strength, causing the engine to roar. Her driving style definitely doesn't reflect how laid back she seems as a person. Does she seem laid back? She's kinda everything. We got it. You throw the flash drive onto the seat next to her. Perfect. Any problems? How did the meeting go? You relate the entire back alley encounter to her. Toward the end of this story, you notice she's not staring at the road or her phone, but directly at your face. The realization startles you. You got that bag of blood with you? Left it with him? Felt fishy somehow. Huh. Anything particular about it? Nothing, just a label saying AB versus mine. She steps on the brakes. Fuck. I'm okay. She grabs the flash drive you obtained and throws it out the window. Looks like that's her favorite method of taking care of problems. Yeah, definitely looks like that. That bag was a message. AB- negative used to be my blood type. It's the rarest one, found in less than 1% of the United States population. Yeah, so that's still like 1 in 100 people. That's a lot of people. Glad you didn't drink it. Who knows what they've done to the bag. Some New York City vets can tell you wild stories about using irradiated blood to locate and kill other kindred. Yeah, good thing I didn't drink that. But I did drink that weird guy who appeared at my door. Seriously? Glad I didn't drink from him. Better safe than sorry, yeah. Still, I wonder if they would have done anything to this blood. That would be some kind of 5-dimensional chess move. But yeah, this contact is compromised and needs to be cut off. Goodbye, my journalist frenemy, and goodbye, dear leaky gut syndrome. You both outlived your usefulness. After a brief period of hesitation, she deletes the whistleblower extraordinaire account and sighs. Another one bites the dust. I've got another story to finish. I was talking about Bitcoin and then, where did I stop? Becoming a constellation. Oh right, you know who saw the real face of the city? Anna Delvey. Ever heard of her? Nope. A Russian working-class girl born as Anna Sorokin. She moved to New York City in 2013 and convinced everyone that she was insanely rich trust fund kid, a wealthy German heiress. Manhattan elites totally fell for it and they bought it for years while she swindled them. She only got arrested in 2017 after having stolen almost $300,000. Sorokin created her Delvey persona out of thin air, convinced everyone that she was going to set up an art fund, and kept tasting all of life's finest pleasures while being basically broke. She even made up a fake family financial advisor, then killed him off when he became a liability, and apparently most of her rich victims never admitted to being scammed out of shame. By now, you're sure. The way she scrutinizes her surroundings, her reckless driving, she's trying to escape somebody. Now Delvey is locked up with murders in Rikers, writing her memoirs, apparently picking a lot of fights. Bless her heart, she'll forever be an inspiration. But I have more advantages than she ever did. I have my own considerable funds, and I can rely on many more made-up people than just some old-ass financial advisor. A whole bunch of fake content creators and influencers that every rich dumbass wants to get in touch with and collaborate. Makes it super easy to earn more money than I invest. Yeah, and you're a vampire, so you don't even need to eat or anything. You've seen it firsthand, both as a deceiver and the deceived. It's a city of illusions. Make non-existent money, come up with a fictional status, play nonsensical Camarilla games. And one day you might just find yourself at the top. Alright, we're reaching our last stop. You look around. You're coming up on a parking garage. What devil woman doctor? You're gonna take the elevator to the 70th floor. 70th floor. Give the masked man you meet in front of the door this memory card. It contains an art house movie I've made. Yeah, sure, art house movie. What do you mean by art house? You've seen me rehearse it in my heaven. You know what I mean. You didn't think I was doing that just for show, did you? I found some filthy rich Manhattan pervs who'll pay a fortune for convincing vampire cancer. I don't need money, but their IT industry connections gave me an idea. When we give them this memory card, we'll gain access to tech that should allow us to take on my biggest enemy in this city. So your nickname this time is going to be... Crash. You are momentarily dazed and can't immediately understand what happened. The first thing you know for sure is, if you were still a normal human being, you'd be dead. You replay the last few seconds in your head. The other car appeared out of nowhere and crashed into Hope's vehicle at the maximum speed it was able to achieve in this closed-off space. The driver has already managed to kick open the mangled door next to him and stumble out of his seat. Now he wordlessly approaches the trunk and takes a large caliber silenced pistol out of it. So my dear Hope has been swindling the wrong kind of people. He starts approaching the lavender wreck of Hope's car, obviously ready to finish the job that he started. You have to be fast and violent. It's you or him now. Your instincts take over. The world stops moving just as you start running. He can see you, of course, but not as a well-defined shape. It's a blur, and its speed is faster than his aim. It gets closer to him, he's scared. It's next to him, he's terrified. A series of superhumanly swift punches ruptures his body in all sorts of horrifying ways. His world briefly turns into an ocean of agony and then disappears forever. You stand above the gunman's body, trying to calm yourself and your killer instincts. That's when you hear her voice. Ugh! Hope slithers out of her car and sees you standing over your assailant. Huh, you did pretty good. She approaches the body of the driver you killed and kicks it so she can take a better look at it. Upon seeing the front of the corpse, she lets out an annoyed grunt. Knew it. It would be this asshole. He's been following us all day, and I know just who he belongs to. Even before she's done talking, she's already trying to reach someone through a video call. Eventually, she succeeds. You see a nonchalant woman in a business casual on her smartphone screen. Kara Montgomery, how may I help you? Kara. Hope, I didn't expect you to ever reach me through this channel. Have you thought things through? Wait, did something happen? Did something happen? You fucking ghoul just tried to kill me. You crazy bitch, that's what fucking happened. Calm yourself, for Christ's sakes. This is a baseless accusation. I know he's from Double Spiral. He's been working at your motherfucking company. Come on, you know I can't be held responsible for the independent actions of my subordinates. Why don't we just meet up and talk it over? Hope disconnects the call and instantly blocks Kara from contacting her. You corporate shithead, you make me sick. Tired, she turns her gaze to the dead ghoul. I'll dispose of him. Help me put him in my car. 30 seconds later, his body is laying on the back seat of the lavender-colored wreck. Okay, good. You take a look at the scene of carnage in front of you. Every second we're here gets us closer to a serious Masquerade violation. I'll have to exchange my palm-worthy masterpiece for the goods some other time. She gets behind the wheel, and you follow her inside the car. Meet me in my heaven when I tell you it's safe. For now, I need to dump this asshole somewhere, get my car fixed, and plan our counterattack. You guide Hope to your own heaven. She drops you off, and before she leaves, she makes what's about to come perfectly clear. If I want to survive in this city, Kara Montgomery needs to die. She disappears into traffic, and you disappear into your place. That was exciting. Who should we meet next? Mi abuela. Isn't it like a grandma or something? I don't know that language. Yeah, let's go see Agathon. I like wizards. One of these nights, you'll have to buy something. You reflect as you ring the doorbell of the occult bookstore that serves as Agathon's heaven. Perhaps something about auras or the tarot? The same sleep-deprived, blonde woman you saw on your first visit opens the door for you. Each kindred has their own servants, and Agathon seems to go for the tired Wiccan mom type. Maybe that's his type. Oh, it's you. Come on. The woman disappears into the back room even as you close the door behind you. Lacking any better directions, you make your way up the stairs. At first you thought the chanting was part of the ritual soundtrack that plays in the shop, even at night. As you reach the second floor you realize that it's Agathon's voice. What is he chanting? You come up just in time to see him standing in the middle of his ritual paraphernalia, with his wrist cut open over a wrought iron stand holding a blood-red stone. As Agathon chants, blood drips from the wound in his wrist onto the stone. It looks as if it's absorbed into it. It's probably not a good idea to interrupt blood rituals, so you wait in silence as Agathon finishes. A few minutes later, he opens his eyes and smiles ruefully. I've done so many of these rituals. I hope it's not too off-putting for you. Agathon smears a bit of his own blood over the wound, and you see it close. It looks like he does this so often he barely pays attention to it anymore. I'm cool. I don't mind. We are all vampires here. That we are. Agathon picks up the blood-red stone from its stand. This is a bloodstone. Could be useful. He doesn't seem inclined to elaborate. Anyway, let's go. He pockets the stone and leads you back down the stairs and outside to his car. Soon you're on your way to Queens and Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. Wait, is this the park where Tamika was, or is this some other park? I don't remember. I guess it's the same one. Or is this the one where I met that one vampire that was killed? After parking the car, you follow Agathon on foot as he leads you deeper into the park. Coming to a New York park in the middle of the night might have worried you when you were alive, but now it's normal. If someone tries to mock you, it just means you'll have an opportunity to feed. Agathon walks with purpose, as if he knows exactly where to go. You see the Unisphere, a giant metal sculpture of Earth lit up so park goers can appreciate it at night. You're not sure how Agathon picks his ritual spot, but he must have a purpose in mind. The sculpture stands in the background, giving his preparations added dramatic weight. Stand watch while I perform the ritual. It'll reveal whether the notes we seek are here. I'll lose control of the incantation if you fail to keep me free of distractions. I see. It doesn't look like there are many people around. You settle in for a boring half hour while Agathon mumbles and makes strange gestures, spilling drops of his blood at regular intervals. From the outside, the ritual is not particularly flashy. Agathon repeats a mantra under his breath and walks with measured steps until he stops and turns around, walking back. It looks as if there is an invisible structure he must follow, unseen patterns and limits governing his movements. As choreographies go, it doesn't look particularly difficult to learn, but you suspect there are hidden dimensions of skill and understanding involved. Seems cool. I want to be a tremere, but I can't, since I'm apparently Toreador. A lone drunken woman walks towards you. Hard to say what she is doing at the park. She's a little older, white-dressed like a suburban divorcee. What's your friend doing? He's kinda hot. The woman's words are slurred by alcohol, but she seems to have decided that you are this evening's entertainment. Hey, you! Stop being weird and talk to me. The woman seems determined to walk past you toward Agathon. This looks like just the kind of interruption that he was worried about. Shall I have a taste? Maybe I should. Agathon is deeply immersed in his ritual, so why not use the time you have constructively? You walk up to the woman from behind, grab her by the shoulders, and sink your fangs into her throat. Blood tinged with alcohol and horniness flows into your mouth as the woman moans from the sudden pleasure of the kiss. Alcohol and horniness. Uh-oh. Oh, I need to sit down. Just as you lick the wound closed, the woman collapses onto the ground, swaying, trying to sit upright. Suddenly, you hear a scream of rage. Startled, you turn around, just in time to see Agathon running at the woman on the ground. His expression contorted with hatred. Uh-oh. What did I do? Did the woman make enough noise to interfere with the ritual? That doesn't explain why he's in such a rage. Well, I guess it's his business. You step aside as Agathon leaps at the woman, sinking his fangs into her neck as she screams pitiably. Maybe I should have stopped him. The woman's screams quiet down as Agathon drinks more and more. This is not good. You pull Agathon away from the woman. He struggles, but he's clearly not used to physical scuffles. Agathon looks at you wide-eyed, then suddenly snaps out of it. He stares at you in embarrassment and horror. You shouldn't have had to see that. I'm really sorry. But what was it? Something triggered one of my wards. We have to go now. There's no time to waste. Agathon starts running toward his car, and you do your best to follow. Usually, Agathon drives more carefully than most humans you know. But no, something is different. He is speeding, honking at every car that gets in your way. Oh no, what's wrong, Agathon? You're driving towards the Bronx, and twice Agathon almost collides with another car. He's clearly not used to driving quickly, but something is overriding his usual caution. Are his roads in the Bronx? What's wrong? You screech to a stop in front of a red tile apartment building. Agathon jumps out of the car and starts running, leaving you to take the keys from the ignition and close the doors. Agathon disappears up the stairs, and you follow his agitated shouting. Abuela, it's me, Javi. Uh-huh. You get to the 5th floor, landing after a run that would have left your mortal self winded to find Agathon banging on an apartment door and fiddling with his keyring. A few of the neighbors poke their heads out into the hallway, but nobody in the wings. Agathon finds the right key and slams the door open, running inside. You follow, entering what looks like the home of an old Mexican lady. Is it his grandma? There are portraits on the mantelpiece and a crucifix on the wall. The apartment smells musty with old age, and you detect a faint odor of vampiric blood.
Sylvia, where are you?
You come to the living room to find a body covered by a blanket in the corner of a sofa. The television is on, but the sound is off. It looks like a Spanish language channel. Agathon tears at the blanket, pulling it away in a panic. He reveals an old woman waking up, bleary-eyed, confusion. Avi, why are you barging in like this? Who's your friend?
You're alive, Abuela.
Agathon hugs the old lady and then turns to you.
You'll have to introduce yourself. I'll check the wards. Something triggered them, and I'll have to see if they still work.
Agathon is still in contact with his grandmother. Isn't that dangerous? Sylvia snuggles deeper into her blankets. This is vampire business, isn't it? Always when there is trouble, it's the vampires. You stare at her, startled. Clearly the masquerade hasn't held in this household. Yeah, exactly. Frankenstein is not far behind. Anyway, I'm so lucky. You must be his grandmother? Frankenstein's not real. He's made up by those people in Hollywood. This is about the girl who came to visit. I can tell. Harvey was never good at keeping secrets, so much like his mother. You hear Agathon rummaging around the small apartment, almost as if he's scratching at something on the walls. He's always doing that, writing on the walls with blood, making runes. I tell him to cover them with the photos and the paintings, but he won't listen. I have to do it myself. That explains the faint smell of vampire blood in the apartment. Otherwise, how can I invite friends for tea? They'll ask questions if I have runes all over my walls. It doesn't look like a Christian home anymore. What did the girl want? Why was she here? She came to talk to me and leave a message. I may be old, but I can still have a social life, can't I? She was a vampire too, I expect. You're not a vampire too, are you? Surprised by the suggestion, Sylvia laughs uproariously, mirth convulsing her aged frame. No, please, don't say things like that. I'm an old woman. Laughing hurts. Agathon returns to the living room, still agitated.
She wanted to send a message. If we don't let her find the notes first, she'll hurt my abuela.
How cruel. He glances meaningfully at the old woman. No, she won't. She gave me a message for you, Harvey. She said think very carefully whether your clan will really protect your loved ones. Agathon stares at Sylvia, stunned and confused.
She was here to tell me that? Maybe that's good. It doesn't sound like she wants to hurt you.
She was a nice girl, I can tell.
Oh, Abuela, Solakium. Let's go. This is all we can do here.
You say your goodbyes and soon you're back outside, sitting in Agathon's car.
What a catastrophe. To think Juno was here. The words trigger when a vampire enters the perimeter, so Juno was there just as I was doing the ritual in the park. I'll take you to your heaven.
Agathon starts the car and begins to drive toward Manhattan. He appears agitated, emotions coursing under his stoic face. What do you think Juno meant by that message?
She's telling me that if push comes to shove, the Tremere will kill my grandmother to protect the Masquerade or other kindred interests. As if I didn't know that.
Agathon's gripping the steering wheel harder than he should, although he's back to his usual careful driving style. I'm sorry this happened to your grandmother and that you have to fear for her safety.
This is what it's like for all kindred who have a mortal they love.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you don't want to lose your battle with the beast, you should probably hold on to those relationships anyway, even when it hurts.
Agathon drops you off in front of your heaven. The experience leaves you with disquieting thoughts. You met Agathon's grandmother under awkward circumstances, but he clearly loves her very much. But she's old, and Agathon is a vampire, so he will... Well, I wonder how many years does his grandmother still have? You don't know enough about the world of the kindred to say whether that's normal or not. It seems to keep Agathon connected to the world in a way that feels alien for some of the other kindred you've met. Perhaps there is a lesson in that. So that was my night. And it's time for another. You come back to your heaven after a long night out. Right before you open the door, you notice something strange. Oh crap. The sounds of television are coming from your apartment. Mad Men, if you're not mistaken. Oh, I remember when Mad Men came out. I never watched it, but I know someone who really liked that show. You open the door carefully peek in. A young, disheveled woman is curled up on your sofa. She has a blanket pulled on top of her and seems very comfortable. Next to her lies an obviously unconscious preppy woman. Why? Oh, you're home! The woman reaches for the remote and puts Mad Men on pause. You went home, so I started without you. You know, Netflix and chill. Seriously? Is she really... What the... Really a stalker? Like, truly really a stalker. And she just... Like, she's probably the one who sent me the sent me the snack before, and now she's here with her snack, her own snack, and watching at my apartment. Yeah, join me. There's space on the sofa. I brought us a snack. Yeah, I see. You enjoyed it the last time. The woman points lazily to the unconscious girl. Oh, I forgot. My name is Adelaide. Adelaide Davis. I like you a lot. Help yourself and settle in. I. Uh. She's. Why is she here? Uh. 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 Thank you for all you've done for me. Still, the sun is coming up soon. You don't want to get caught here. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't mind. I can spend the day with you. What? We should go on a proper date first. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Adeline bounces up, clearly caught up in the idea. Oh, maybe that was the wrong thing to say. The door to your apartment opens. Someone with a key. Sophie. Adelaide Davis. The curse of Snug Harbor in the flesh. This is a new law for you, fledgling. Adelaide looks at Sophie murderously before fading from view. I hate it when they disappear. They should have enough manners to slink away in embarrassment so we can all enjoy it. Sophie waits for Adelaide's shape to leave the apartment before she speaks. The clan of the moon. Did I not advise caution when dealing with them? No, you did not. Wait, is she like one of the Hope's clan? Or something else? As you watch, Sophie makes a phone call. 10 minutes later, two of her servants arrive to remove the unconscious girl sprawled on your sofa. You clearly need my help. It won't happen tonight, but let me see if I can resolve your stalker problem for real. You're left to wonder what Sophie meant by that as she leaves your haven. It's another night. What should we do? Oh, I need to empty my nose a bit. Where do I keep my napkins or whatever? A moment. I might be having a minor cold. Or maybe it's just the weather. So which one to go tonight? Maybe. Let's see about Hope again. So many Malkavians. When you reach the cafe, you're welcomed by the familiar face of the waiter who first let you inside. You exchange looks and nods. He hides his vape pen in a back pocket. Why must everyone smoke in this game? She's been expecting you. Something happened to her car and she hasn't exactly left her room ever since. He scratches his head, shrugs, and gestures at you to follow him. It's the same route as before. First beyond the locked door at the end of the room, with all the computers, then into an endless grey labyrinth. Finally, you reach a door that would look like any other to a random bystander. Of course, by now you know that Hope's heaven lies beyond it. The waiter bids you adieu with an exaggerated bow and starts walking back to the cafe. You enter the familiar room. This time the lights are on the inside. On the inside. On inside. They are on. Lights are on. Yep. Hope is inside, walking around nervously, overseeing every screen in sight. When she spots you, she wastes no time on introductions. Cara Montgomery, what do you know her? I know nothing about her. Nope. You could have seen her in listicles such as Top 5 Baddest Women in Tech 2018, 12 CEOs who spark innovation through empathy, or 20 entrepreneurs with mysterious ties to Jeffrey Epstein. You don't get to voice your answer. The question was just a minor courtesy. She has a monologue to deliver and she won't allow any interruption. 20 years ago, she was a failed dot-com investor. Now she's CEO of Double Spiral, a brand management startup, working at the crossroads of big data and influencer culture. Lovely. The quotation marks are audible, dripping with venom. Long story short, she spent years convincing her Camarilla contacts, as in out-of-touch old farts angry about smartphones, that Kindred can benefit from controlling the internet. Her IT ghouls have done a lot of research on deepfakes, AI and machine learning. Her goal is the ability to generate thousands of believably human online accounts. That's not really that difficult, is it? Basically, an army of posters that could brute force anything into the mainstream discourse. The elders took a while to get the concept, but eventually Kara got the blessing. The thing is, she claims her tech is ready to be tested, but it needs one final component to work properly, and that's why she pauses. She proposed a truce. What truce? Truce? What kind of truce? The become a friend or face a violent death kind of truce. Not exactly fucking convincing if you ask me. But no matter how much I hate her gods, this is a blessing in disguise. Hear me out.
She picked a public place in Manhattan, neutral ground where we can meet without the fear that the other party might do something stupid and violate the Masquerade. She wants to just talk. You will go there in my place and listen to her terms. We won't accept them, of course, especially not after she just tried to kill us. You will steal her voice and walk away. You will just steal her voice and walk away, huh? Steal her voice? What next? Will you trade her mermaid tail for legs? What do you mean? And isn't it joke? Sweet. What next? Will you hit me with the topical Harry Potter reference? I'm not trying to be obtuse here. Wait a second and let me explain my plan. You see, there is only one way to even the odds. We have to hit Carol where it hurts. And she's only got one weak point. Double spiral headquarters. Kara's the only person there with access to every room. The security is something she came up with herself. Voice-based, but using a different password phrase every time. So I have to record her, right? That means just recording her talking is not enough if we want to get in. That's why I started selling illicit materials to people with access to advanced deepfake audio technology. I've got it right in this room, and now all I need is a sample base that will allow me to manufacture a bot that talks like her. To monitor data, I need to stay behind. Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while wearing a wire. I process the recordings here to steal her voice, and voila, she's wide open. Then we invade Double Spiral and destroy it from within. The evil is defeated. I become a part of your crew. Happy ending for everybody. How does that sound to you? Well, with today's technology, that wasn't here 5 years ago. 6 years ago? Was it 2018 or which year was it in this game? Was it 2018, 19, 17, something like that? But I think she would need a bit more voice data than just a little talk. Or would she? I don't know what kind of voice recognition software would be in that building's security. She wanted to talk to you. Why would she talk to me? Yes, she's too stuck up to talk to a total rando, but given an opportunity to get Sophie Langley's right hand on her side, she won't let it pass her by. Right hand? I don't think I have such an honor. I'm just her lackey. And even if you weren't a minor celebrity in the city, I'm sure our connection would have been enough to hear you out. I'm a minor celebrity? What? Hope shakes her head and claps her hands. When she speaks up, she sounds different, more spaced out, stuttering. Alright, let me fix you up with the hardware. That sounded more like me. Or well, my human self. She hands you a minuscule earpiece and starts attaching a small decorative pin to your clothes.
along with some masked wiring. It's a directional microphone. I can clean up the audio later, but keep it pointed directly at Kara as much as possible. All right? You put on the earpiece she gave you. It fits snugly deep inside your right ear. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The hardware works flawlessly, and the audio quality seems great. You give Hope an affirmative sign with your head. Beautiful. Kara designated the meeting place as the vessel. You've heard about the place, right? It's right by the eastern end of Lincoln Tunnel. A giant pile of staircases, basically impossible to miss. Manhattan's answer to the Eiffel Tower. Or gaudy, monumental, to being only ever so slightly free, depending on who you ask. I drive you there, but my car is still in the shop and I don't want to risk being spotted by Kara's people, and I need to process the voice data from here. Which means I have a perfectly acceptable number of excuses for not letting myself get anywhere close to that demonic old hag. So you want me to drive myself there and be there alone, do everything alone. You involuntarily roll your eyes a little bit. Hope sits in front of her screens, pretending not to have noticed. So, should we get the show on the road or what? Ready whenever you are. No sense lingering here. You get back to the street and find your car. Wrapping up this show as quickly as possible sounds like a good idea. Hi! Nice to see you again. How do you do? Around 30 minutes later, you are in front of the vessel. Hope's description, a giant pile of staircases, wasn't particularly helpful. From the distance, the building looks more like a giant honeycomb designed to swarm with tourist bees. What happened? What kind of crazy shit? Surgery! What happened? Did you break something? Or is it some other kind of surgery? Why? Sounds scary. Oh no. What was it? That sounds really uncomfortable. So they are doing the surgery on your nose? So when is your surgery? Is it soon? How would that kind of thing happen? Like, did it just grow like that, or did you hit your nose? Or what? Okay, so it grew like that. And it's great that you will be getting it fixed? Do you have to like wait for a long time for the surgery? I've only had my tonsils, but cut. Okay. Well, maybe having a cold at some point might have had something to do with it. Who knows? It's pretty cool that you can get the surgery, but it's too bad that you need it. Yeah, well, I once had a surgery done to my tonsils. Is that right? Well, when I was a kid, I had a lot of ear infections, and for some reason they wanted to fix it by removing my tonsils. So yeah, they did that. They slept me. After that I woke up, and when I woke up I walked like I couldn't walk straight. So that might happen. Hope's description, a giant pile of staircases, wasn't particularly helpful. From the distance, the building looks more like a giant honeycomb, designed to swarm with tourist bees. At least during the day, that is. At the moment, the place is closed to general public. A few men who look vaguely threatening and out of place are making sure nobody unwanted gets in. However, you have no problem getting up the stairs. All it takes is an exchange of knowing glances with one of the guards. You are expected. A lone figure appears in your sight, staring down at the streets of Manhattan. It's that one. You know, city people often complain about being unable to see the starry skies, but I always thought the real tragedy was how they're unable to appreciate the man-made sea of lights that surrounds them. You can teach people a lot of things, but you can't teach them to see how. You recognize the face from Hope's phone. Finally, you meet Kara Montgomery in the flesh. She turns to you, puts on a wide smile, and shakes your hand with a firm grip. First, a representative of Sophie Langley. Now a representative of Hope. Not the way I'd develop my own career, but I gotta say, not many neonates get around the way you do. Hardy fucking har. Hope speaks up in your ear for the first time, seething with contempt. Although Kara couldn't possibly have heard her, she immediately goes on to address her absence. Can't say I expected her to actually arrive here. With you, or instead of you. On the other hand, I'm sure every single word I say will be instantly relayed to her. And for the first time in forever, your empty blabbering will serve an actually useful cause. So let me make sure we could cut out everyone but the middleman for a while, okay? She takes out her phone and taps its touchscreen. In a few seconds, the barely perceptible buzzing sound in your ear disappears completely. How did she do that? You can't hear Hope anymore. It's probable she can't hear your voice right now either, which would mean she must be busy raging and cursing out everything in her sight at the moment. This obviously wasn't something she expected to happen. Could it be that Kara saw through your plan? You have to play it cool and see what happens next. Knowing Hope, you probably heard whatever scraps can be googled about me, and a pile of insults for good measure. Obviously, I know everything there is to be known about you as well. So like you. I don't believe we have a need for formal introductions, but first off, let me apologize for the discomfort my former employee has caused you. I wasn't remotely aware of his planned actions against Hope. I fully condemn them. I'm glad to see you unharmed and, of course, applaud your swift disposal of the psycho. Langley chose you well. Did she? Brief silence. So, let me cut to the chase here and present myself the best way I know how, through my ideas. Who do you think has a monopoly on reality? Not much for small talk, is she? Who do you think has a monopoly on reality? Well, none of those are something I would answer, but maybe as an artist vampire I would answer corporations do, because I'm so bitter about them. That's a fairly typical answer, very 21st century sounding. Have they succeeded in replacing the state here though? Kinda, yeah. She signals to someone behind you. For a while, you've been watched by Kara's men who circle around the staircases, presumably her ghouls. One of them sets off downstairs. You know, Bolivia just had a military coup, hundreds of new accounts posting about nothing but Bolivian politics in English, set out to convince every random person online that the US wasn't to blame. Sloppy work, if you ask me. Now, imagine this. A 17-year-old K-pop fan from Ohio writing an entire thread about how her relatives in La Paz are actually glad the president is gone. A film reviewer with a side interest in politics, selling you a CEI-approved narrative about Evo Morales. An approachable fitness guy explaining the situation to you, in simple terms, just like it is. Animated voice, expressive gestures, and steady eye contact. She's taught herself how to project a good image, but isn't a natural yet. At times it feels as if she is screaming at you to trust her. This visual novel, well, I at least like this visual novel. I have played this through once before. I played another character. This has 3 characters to choose from. And as you've seen, there are sometimes options you can take, and that affects the story. If you want to try visual novels, well, I guess this is a good one to try. At least if you are fine with vampires. It's not hard to emulate the mashes. Reach out to one of those Eastern European troll farms and back. A few hours later, you have a clone army that will instantly voice their support for any cause. You will spread. Ah. You will spread your message, but you won't foster a new culture that serves your goals. Won't masquerade your messaging as independent though. For that, you need personalities, not the masses. You have Steins Gate. I've heard it's good. I have never tried it myself, but I've heard it's good. But the ability to emulate personalities, a whole different ballgame, not a craft, but an art. You need to understand your fabrication so deeply that you start to hate it and then learn to love it. And if you want to make a bunch of those personalities follow one agenda, you need a once in a lifetime team to achieve that. A like-minded artistic collective, both ambitious and obedient. World domination, that's always the top goal for villains and megalomaniacs. Even though you can't hear Hope's voice in your ear right now, you could swear you hear her in Kara's speech. It's the exact same tone she was using when monologuing in the car. Hmm. V Rising. Oh yeah, I have heard about that, but not much. I don't have time to check out every interesting vampire thing, unfortunately. I wish I did. One of them must have been a big influence on another, or perhaps they used to be in a position where they both shaped each other's personas. Hard to say. Only one thing is for sure, and that is Hope must be absolutely furious right now. Is it possible that Kara knew about her plot? Fingers crossed she doesn't. The state is satisfied when an account that went unused for 5 years suddenly starts yelling imperialistic propaganda into the void. The aging corporations are too set in their ways. But imagine a fresh startup that enables the proliferation of ideas adjacent to the princess' plans for the future. Now imagine it's getting into bed with the biggest corporations and agencies. So many unlives that could be improved, or even saved from the raids of First Light. I have the infrastructure, I have the elder support. All I need now is a mastermind at the center of it all. So you're saying you need Hope? Since Hope is great with a lot of different personalities, but would she want to work with you? That's really none of my business. Why am I in the middle of this? Hope. Yes, Hope. She looks down and takes in the scenery below for a while. Then she points at her t-shirt, the one piece of clothing that clashes with the rest of her outfit. You know, I'm a huge fan of punk. The leading idea of my company, Double Spiral, is to make everything I do a little bit punk. I'm all about clashing ideas. I'm all about disruption. You blink a few times in quick succession. Oh God, you think to yourself. She's that kind of person. You saw a lot of them in your old life. Another rich idiot who thinks deals are an art form. 2. Hell-bent on perverting the meaning of any piece of actual art that hasn't been thoroughly ruined by the art of hating dystopia that surrounds you. You collect yourself and escape from memory lane. Kara started talking about hope, so you'd better listen. To me, hope is as punk as it gets. A free spirit, fiercely independent, an eternal contrarian at odds with everything and everyone, developing her talents just because she finds it joyful. But God, does the girl need guidance? Not putting her talents to better use, rotting away, posting inane bullshit all the time. What a waste. I have built an environment specifically to develop her talents and let her become indispensable to our society, but she rejects it because of some idiotic hang-ups. I don't expect you to change your mind about me just because I kept yapping and yapping. I just hope you'll keep my perspective in mind and serve as the voice of reason hope really needs right now. Now that I've had my say, how about we put our girl back on? She taps on her phone again. A quiet buzz reappears in your right ear. Mm. 5 extremely long seconds of radio silence. I am here. Keep talking. Don't worry. She should have heard everything. I just wanted to spare you an annoying commentary track while I introduce myself. Excuse me for a second. One of Kara's guards approaches to show her something on his phone. Hope uses the distraction to get you up to speed with how things are on her side. What hate America copied? Yeah, for a second there I was about to rage that the hack has gotten the better of us. But hey, go figure, she just wanted to take a piece in my Cheerios. The plan worked. I have a lot of data from her monologuing and some private sources, but the more we gather, the better. This display here says some more K letters could be useful. So don't beat yourself about it if you fail, but if you get her to repeat something with K in it, that might improve our deepfake voice. Looks like Kara's done talking to the guard. Sorry about that. Looks like I've got to attend a sudden meeting with a Google representative shortly. At night. Seriously? Like, we are here in the middle of the night and suddenly she needs to meet up with some Google representative? Hope nods. Not bragging though. By the way, does anyone but Hope know about this little rendezvous, your patron? Any other companion? Or maybe the Nosferatu? Nosferatu, like Kaiser? So what if it's the Nosferatu? Kara's face takes on a hard expression. When she starts talking, she takes great pains not to say too much. Word of advice, kid. Cases not in the business to be kind to strangers. Cases only got Cases interests in mind and nothing else. Yay, K-words! He might not let it show, but he's always in a kill or be killed mindset. If you're doing business with him, keep that in mind at all times. I've noticed he's kinda difficult. Hope lets out a quiet, triumphant howl. Well, the screen tells me this should be all the cake we need. Good job. Kara decides to change the subject. Anyway, no offense, but since Hope's not here, I really have to rush. Honestly, I feel a little insulted that she set up this meeting and didn't even bother to show up. Insulted and suspicious. Her tone of voice betrays her. She might have some good instincts. Too bad she didn't trust them here. Still, out of respect for Langley, I decided to have this talk with you, to explain you why I'm an asset to the Camarilla, and to explain why the elders need Hope by my side. What the worm-brained hack here forgot to mention is that the elders don't give a shit about me. Even if you don't see it my way now, I believe I've shown some seeds here that might sprout in the near future. Double Spiral looks out for people who look out for it, is all I'm saying. But before I leave, there's one thing I really wish I knew. Back when I knew her, she was a different person, or different people depending on how you look at it. Why does she fight against me so much? What's her motivation to resist so much? What's her motivation? Good question. She's never shared it with you. Answer whatever you want, but A. You better lie through your teeth. B. Get her to say we a few times if you can. It might improve a few shortcomings of our deepfake software. What's your answer? Survival. And I guess I will have to finish up for today after this. The clock is saying that much, and well, I still have some stuff I need to prepare for tomorrow since I am DMing for my co-workers. Oh no, anyway. Kara's notes. Spare me. If she just wanted to keep pulling through, she'd have much better chance by my side. Pride or spite would be far more believable as an answer. Should have told me you either don't know or you don't trust me. Survivor V2 times 2. Good attempt at least. One of Kara's people erupts with a theatrical cough. Kara gestures at him to calm down. I really need to go now. See you around, Soalakiu. She begins to walk down the stairs, surrounded by her guards. Once she's gone from before your eyes, Hope decides to summarize your mission. For the love of Christ, wish you could have kept her droning on for a little longer. Turns out the T letter could use some improvements as well. Too bad, you should have said that before. Not complaining though, you did good. And don't worry, the data I have should be more than enough to generate a convincing deepfake. I just need to put in some more work. So I guess I will get to that right away. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drop my hardware at your heaven when you get a chance. I'll let you know when we're ready to hit Kara's base of operations. Pray for my success, sweetie, and I might be done soon. Maybe even tomorrow. And once we are done with her, we'll talk about how I can repay your generosity. Amen. The connection drops. It looks like that's all for now. You gaze at the sea of lights around you for the last time, and then start making your way back to the street level. And that was it. We are going to end this session. Oh, that's cool. A minion created by giving a bit of vampiric vitae to a mortal without draining them of blood first. Yep. But it's bye-bye time. Uh, I hope that game was saved. I really hope that. But I guess we'll see next time whether that's the case or not. In any case, it is time to end the stream. I really hope the saving worked, even though the software closed, but it might have not. I didn't know the Switch would have that kind of trouble sometimes. But yeah. Next time I'm streaming either Friday or Saturday, probably. So hopefully see you then. Bye bye.